Hello and welcome to another question hour. Right, let's begin. Our first question. Why is everyone in the UK named Nigel? Let's start with Nigel Coxwagel and Nigel Wagonworth.
What? I don't understand the question. Why? It's quite simple, actually. It's a result of the Great Nigel Shortage of 1841. Right then, on to our next question. Has Britain become too moist? Let's hear from Nigel Wasman.
Yes, you're quite correct. My trousers haven't been properly dry since the Thatcher era, and even then there was always an unfortunate dewy texture about the whole affair.
Wonderful, what a dynamic conversation. Okay, then our next question. At what age should Brits first become deeply disappointed? Let's go with Twinkle.
Traditionally, I'd say around 6. Personally, it were 4, but I've always been a bit of an early achiever.
A very exciting retort, Nigel Wasman.
I were 4 when I first sighed heavily while looking out a rain-covered window. Me mum said, "That's it now, he's one of us."
Very insightful, Nigel. Now let's hear from our studio audience. Yes, the woman in front, please.
Evening. My son smiled briefly during a bank holiday and naturally we're quite concerned. Is this something the council should be informed about?
The council for a smile?
Aye, it was nae normal.
What a show, our best ever. One more question from the audience. Yes, you, madam.
I recently opened the curtains and saw sunlight over Croydon. Frankly, it was upsetting. Has the Weather Office issued an apology?
Final question this evening. After 14 governments, 3 economic collapses, and the psychological trauma of self-checkout machines shouting unexpected item in bagging area, has Britain finally reached emotional rock bottom, or are we calling that Q3 now? Let's go with Nigel.
Britain's held together entirely by tea and the fear of making a scene.
Well, that's all we've time for tonight. The country remains damp, emotionally unavailable, and somehow still charging £14 for a sandwich at Heathrow. Stiff upper lip! I'm Nigel Pippins. See you next week on Question Hour.